Hi, welcome to KJ and Tony Move to France. In today's video, we are sharing with you the very challenging process of deciding what to keep and what not to keep when we move to France.
And also how we're going to disperse what we don't keep, right?
Right. And we're going to do that by taking you on a bit of a house tour. You're going to get to see our house because we're going to walk through and show you what we are keeping and what we are not.
And for those of you that have been following us for a while, you know that we did this 3 years ago, but it's going to be different for me this time. Last time I put in storage box after box after box of suits and shirts. I'm not doing that this time. I'm giving away all but 2 suits. I'm probably going to keep 15 shirts, maybe 4 to 6 pairs of shoes. So it's different.
It will be different.
It will be different.
This time it will be different for me in the opposite of that, in that last time we moved, I gave away probably 3/4 of my wardrobe.
Mm-hmm.
And that was because, if you remember, or if you've been following us since that time, back then, our goal was to move to France with 2 suitcases and a carry-on each. And there's not a lot that you can fit in 2 suitcases. And I didn't, as Tony did, I didn't keep a lot of my clothes. And since then, I've expanded on it a little bit, but there's not as much to give away. So I certainly am going to be donating to thrift stores. It's a process of deciding, is this really going to fit into our new life in France? There are some things that we need there that we don't need as much here because we're in Florida. We need some more warmer clothing because it does get chilly in Nice during certain times of the year. So today we're standing outside of our home in Vero Beach, Florida, and we're going to take you inside and show you what we're going to keep and what we're not. You ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, on y va.
On y va.
Bonjour. Come on in. This is our living room, and there are only a few items that we're choosing to keep from the living room. We love this rug right here, and this rug is relatively new. We just bought it a few months ago, so we are planning on taking this with us to France. We also plan to take these. We have 2 of these. We are taking these with us because I love them. They're great for putting your feet up on, and they're also great for when you have company to just sit on it. So
I like them to just put my dish on if I'm eating dinner while I'm watching TV.
right, exactly. And then we're not keeping this chair, but we are keeping these pillows because we bought these in France, in Paris. So we love these. We're keeping these. And I'm keeping things like this tissue holder, which I bought at an art show. We may be keeping these little tables that I bought at Home Goods. We are not keeping the couch. And we are not keeping this beautiful large television that is one of Tony's prized possessions over here. He loves this TV, and it is very nice, a very nice TV to watch because you feel like you're actually at a movie theater.
This is the second time I'm giving away this prized possession because we gave one away last time.
Right. We gave it to our son Lex, our oldest son, and he was very happy to receive it. So I'm not sure what we're going to do with this. We are not bringing this piece of furniture. And I'm debating over this table because I love this table. So we may be bringing this table. And then as far as the other things in this room, we are, of course, going to be keeping our Christmas stockings and sentimental items like this. We have already donated this to friends who are going to take this in the next couple of weeks. We are keeping our paintings of Paris, and we have one of Nice that's a print as well. So we're keeping this. I am keeping things like I love this particular planter, but we're going to be giving away the larger planters because they are pretty heavy. We have a real Christmas tree, so we will, of course, keep the ornaments. I tend to be more minimalistic when it comes to decorating for Christmas and decorating the tree. So I will be keeping those items. I love this chest that we found at a thrift store, and I just love it. So I want to bring it with us. And of course, there's the Hobo Cafe print that we're keeping. And of course, picture frames, certain picture frames we're keeping. We are not keeping this table. So this will be one of the items that will either sell or give away or donate. And I will be keeping this planter because it's so unique and I love it. And for me, as you'll be able to tell as we move through the house here, I love plants and I love flowers. So having my finds, the things that I picked out, sort of curated, I really want to keep those so that when we find our place in Nice, that it feels like home because of those items. Now, this is probably the most challenging area is the kitchen, because although we will not take our appliances, because of course the plugs are all different in France, but our son loves to cook. And so we have a ton of spices and sauces and oils, and I don't know how much of that we'll pack and keep.
And by a ton, we mean what you see, and also
In the cabinets.
there's a cabinet that's full, and there's the pantry that's got the door is full of spices also.
So we're going to bring certain cooking items like dishware. I have a china set that's actually from France. It's a Limoges set from my grandmother, which we will be keeping, and some other dishware items that we'll be keeping. But we're really going to try to give away the majority of it because the less, the better. One, I'm still debating and would love to maybe get your feedback on any of the items that we're keeping that you may not agree with, but I love this cart. It's an island and it can go pretty much anywhere. We had it as a coffee bar in our last house. And now, as you can see, it primarily holds, it's a drink station. But really, really love this piece.
We should keep it.
Okay, so it's official. We're keeping it, but we're giving away this. This is just a very inexpensive table that we bought at a thrift store. I think we paid maybe $20 for it, but this is a very nice, unique item. So we will be selling that or giving that away. Okay, the next part of the tour is behind these closed doors here. And this is Tony's office. Okay, in terms of what are we keeping and what are we not? We are keeping the rug. We really like this rug. Tony's favorite color is purple and my favorite color is green. And this is a mixture of our favorite colors. We're also keeping these 2 chairs, which we bought at a thrift store, and they're super comfortable. We love them. We're not keeping the TV. We are keeping one of these. So we have 2 of these that we use for our background. We use one for our background normally in our videos, so this will look familiar. We have 2. I want to keep at least one because I think it may come in handy in our apartment in Nice. And this we bought at a thrift store as well, just to put the TV on, so we're not keeping that. And we're not keeping the desk. And we're not keeping the printer that we have in the corner. We are keeping obviously our computers and other type of equipment related to the computer. We have lots of different headsets and computer wear and cameras and things like that. So there's a lot of that we're keeping, but everything else is going. Now we're moving on to the dining room, and also we're going to be touching on the patio. So we're not keeping the dining room furniture, even though this is a great set in terms of we can take the leaf out and make it smaller and have it bigger. We're not keeping this rug. So moving over here to see our messy patio. This is very much a mess. We're not keeping the grill or anything out here on the patio. Now we're headed into the bedroom. So come this way and you will see these two chairs and another one of these ottomans. These chairs are great for looking out on the golf course. We live on a really beautiful golf course, and these chairs are pretty comfortable. So we're not 100% yet, but we are considering taking these two chairs with us. We're headed into the bedroom. And we have our beautiful Raven on the bed over here. And we're bringing her to France with us. She's
not available.
She's a keeper. We're not giving her away at all. We're not taking any of the bedroom furniture. This is my corner of the world over here. So this is where I live most days doing my job. I love my office chair so much. It is the most comfortable office chair. And as you'll be able to see, I have cat beds. So when I'm working, Raven will either be next to me on this cat bed or she'll be on this cat bed underneath my desk. And so I'm not keeping the desk, but we are keeping this beautiful painting of the Arc de Triomphe. And we have some prints over here of Paris, and we are keeping those prints. And we are not keeping the television. And yes, we are bringing you, little French cat. Yes, we are. Okay, we're almost done, I promise you. We're at the final part here. So here is a beautiful mirror, and you're going to probably see my cameraman in the shot there in the mirror. But this mirror I think it's gorgeous. And a friend of ours found it in a thrift store in Boca for $50. And we both love it. So this is coming with. Just a quick peek into Piers's room, because of course Piers gets to decide what he's going to keep and what he's not. But he's already told us that he doesn't want to keep the desk. He's not attached to his chair even. We're not taking the bedroom furniture. So basically he's a collector of sorts. So he has a collection of anime and things that I know very little about, but somebody of his generation will know a lot about. So he's taking those items and his computer and his clothes, and that's about it for him.
So we're back to where we normally start and end our videos, but we don't have the screen behind us like we normally do, so that we could take you on that tour. So,
well, and one of the main reasons we have the screen behind us normally is because we have a lot of sunlight. We have great sunlight. If you remember in the video where our dining room table is located, there's great sunlight that we get from the golf course and all of the windows there. But sometimes the brightness of the sun coming through the window in the front can be too much, which is why we don't have our lights set up today. So the lighting is a little bit different as well. Do you feel, if anything, is there anything that you feel challenged to give up, to let go of?
I think I did. I was challenged about my suits and shoes.
Yeah, we didn't show that. We didn't show the suits in the garage.
My suits, my shoes, my shirts. But I've come to the realization that, I looked at my suits a few weeks ago and I'm never going to wear that again. Never going to wear that again. And so I'm limiting it to two suits, to just regular jackets to wear with jeans or khakis or something, and about 15 shirts. But I'm not now I've come to accept the fact that it's all got to go.
I think, and maybe you can relate to this as well, I think that it represents the end of an era for you, right? Like when you were working full time and you wore suits on a daily basis, and I wore suits. And so for me, I got rid of the majority of those suits when we moved the first time. I did keep a couple, which I have since gotten rid of, but it does feel like it's hard, like you're letting go of that part of your life.
Sure.
But we are moving into a new phase of our lives, and it's very exciting, and it's healthy to we're opening the door to new as we let go of old.
So are you challenged to get rid of anything?
Am I challenged to get rid of anything? Not anymore. I was more challenged the first time, although I think that I didn't recognize how difficult the aftermath of that would be, like the after effect of like the grieving process of giving everything away and then having to deal with that emotional impact was just surprising to me. This time, I think I'm much more prepared for that, right? I am much more prepared to how I might feel once we get there, but which is why I'm keeping a lot of sentimental items that will help me to feel just more grounded. I don't know what the word is.
Probably grounded.
Grounded, yeah. So, is there anything that you're challenged to let go of, or that you were challenged to let go of? If you have gone through this, if you're planning to go through this, share it with us in the comments. And that's it for today's video. We thank you so much for joining us, and a biento.
Au revoir.